Today, I'm going to be letting Pinterest decide my crochet projects. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tiani, and on this channel we do tons of crochet and crafting and DIY content as well as studio and business vlogs. And today we're going to be continuing our series / challenge where we let Pinterest decide everything that we crochet for the day. If you don't know what Pinterest is, it's basically a social media app that's all for inspiration. I use it to get outfit inspiration, nail inspiration, hair inspiration, and of course crochet project inspiration. So for this challenge, we get our computer, go to the Pinterest website, scroll over to specifically our crochet tab, refresh, and whatever the first project that shows up is the project we have to make today. So I hope you guys get the gist. Let's get into picking our first project for the day. So we're on Pinterest here. Let's scroll over and get to specifically our crochet inspo page. All right, and the first project to show up on this page is a star. Just a star. Not even a full project, just a star pattern. We can turn this star into a bag. We can turn this star into a blanket. We could turn this star into a blanket, or we can turn it into keychains. The pattern that's on here though does look a little bit difficult. I personally don't follow this kind of crochet technique / crochet pattern method where it has like the picture and then each symbol equals like a crochet stitch. I do not know how to read these kind of patterns. I can learn today though. We can learn for sure. So if we can learn how to make this pattern, just this basic star, then we can turn the star into pretty much anything. I'm honestly really feeling a blanket, but I know that is kind of crazy. Maybe I'll get tired and I'll stop and just make the size of a bag. I have made star tote bags before and they're really, really cute. This pattern does look a little bit different than the usual star pattern that I use. Like it looks a little more like a flower, kind of cute and kind of detailed rather than a simple crochet star that you would usually see. So I do really like this pattern. We're definitely going to do something with this star if I can figure out how to read this pattern. It's looking really, really cute. I'm leaning towards a blanket just because I've been wanting to make a blanket recently. On my like video idea board to-do list is to crochet a blanket in a week. So if I make the blanket today, I may have to push that video back because I can't make 2 blankets in a row. That would definitely kill my soul. So maybe today we can make a bag out of this star pattern, and then in the future video we can make a blanket out of the crochet blanket in a week video. Let's do that. That sounds like a good plan. So let's first figure out how to read this pattern. Okay, we can't crochet anything because I don't know what any of these symbols mean. So let's look up like a little cheat sheet or tutorial that tells us what each symbol kind of translates to into regular crochet terminology. All right, I've got a little cheat sheet of the crochet symbols chart pulled up, and it actually is not that complicated. Like I've looked at the cheat sheet and I've looked at the picture of the pattern. It actually looks pretty easy to translate. I just have to keep swiping back and forth between the pages. Now, as for colors for our star, the picture showed 3 different shades. It looks like pink, white, and then a little darker cream, like maybe ivory color. I am going to go with a little bit of a similar like muted kind of pinky tones. I'm going to be using mauve, blush, and then this like, I don't know what you would call this. It's kind of looking like creamsicle colored yarn. We're going to be using these 3 for our star. I'm going to start with the creamsicle color for the center, and according to the translation, according to my calculations, it looks like we have to start with 5 chains. So we're probably making like a magic ring. It's just saying 5 chains instead. I'm a magic ring girl. I'm not a 5 chains girl. I'm a magic ring crocheter all the way. I don't think magic rings are that hard. A lot of people find them kind of difficult, so they make a chain and then connect the chains. I like to do the magic ring. I think it makes more sense. So it's looking like we're doing 5 chains or a magic ring, and then I think 12 double crochets, if I had to guess. Double crochet has a slash in it, yes, then 12 double crochets. So it's actually pretty similar to the usual star pattern that I would usually follow. This yarn that I'm using, this creamsicle colored yarn, this came with my Claw Lab rug tufting kit. So I have yet to crochet an actual crochet project with it, and so far it's actually like pretty thick and nice quality. It is maybe a little too thick for my crochet hook because I do like to size down. Instead of using the recommended 5, I do like to use a 4.5 because I have a very loose tension. But this yarn does seem like a bit of a thicker but still medium 4-weight yarn, but it's definitely very soft. Would definitely be good for maybe a scarf or a nice beanie, but for now we're using it for a star, bag, blanket, whatever this turns out to be. Okay, I've actually already made a little mathematician mistake. I said I only needed to do 12 double crochets. I actually needed to do 15 because a star has 5 sides or 5 points, while as I was making a square like a granny square. So I had to take off the second row that I had crocheted and get back down to this first row and add another bunch of double crochets so that we can actually have 5 star points and not 4 corners of a square. Okay, now adding on our second color, we're gonna go in with the mauve purpley color next. And for for this row, we're basically just doing the same thing, except we are doing 2 clusters of 3 in each kind of space. So it's kind of like a granny square, but we're working in 5s instead of 4s for a square. It's pretty much the exact same pattern. Like when it comes to the increasing in like the sections, how you're putting an increase in each section, it's pretty much just like making a granny square. So once I get the hang of it and I don't need to be reading the pattern for translation, it should be pretty quick and I should start moving a little bit faster, and then I can actually work it up into a bigger project, whatever project I end up wanting to make. All right, we got our first star done. It literally looks so good, pretty much just like the picture, but one thing I did notice about the picture is they're definitely using a way lighter yarn, so the star looks way more detailed. And so far I've only done the 3 rows that are in the pattern. In the picture of their finished project, it actually goes up to I think 6 rows, or maybe 5 with 1 row of single crochet around. So mine definitely looks a little less kind of intricate than theirs because I'm supposed to keep going and building up the pattern. So that's what I'm gonna be working on now. This is pretty much just the base. Now I just be increasing every single row. So like these ones are bunches of 4. Now I'll be going up to bunches of 5, bunches of 6, bunches of 7 until I'm like done building it. But that's if I want to make a big project like a bag. Another idea I had is we can make some coasters or even just like some placemats if we do want to make it a little bit bigger. I am not sure. I really do like this pattern. I definitely either want to make more of them or just keep working this one into a bigger size. Like I think these colors and this pattern look really, really cute. I just don't know what I want to make with it. Okay, I've decided we're gonna make coasters instead of a bag. A bag is gonna take all day, maybe even tomorrow, and then we wouldn't be able to make anything else. So I decided I'm gonna make a little set of coasters. We're gonna make a set of 3, and I'm going to try to like alternate the colors. So this one is going like the peach, purple, pink. The next one I can do like pink, purple, peach. You know what I mean? So this is just our first coaster. I think I do want to do a trim of a color. I think I do want to add a single crochet trim, I think, of the inner color, and then the star will be done. It is the next morning, but we did end up finishing our 3 coasters yesterday, and then I kind of got off track and didn't keep crocheting the rest of the night. But that is okay. We have our 3 little star coasters. They look a little more like flowers rather than stars, but I still think that's very cute. But now, even though it is a whole new day, I do want to pick another project to crochet for today. So let's open up our laptop and hop back on Pinterest. All right, we're on Pinterest. Let's hit the refresh to get a new first project idea, inspiration. Let's see. Okay, we landed on a star bag. Oh my gosh, what a coincidence. We just made 3 star coasters and now we have landed on a star bag. I'm honestly not mad about it. This one did take me to a Depop listing. So it's looking like they did the regular smegular star pattern, not this special one that we did for the coasters. So it will be a little bit of a different pattern. It's still a star, but it's gonna look more like a star rather than like a flower. And in this photo, it looks like they used 3 colors and they did about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they did about 8 rows of the star pattern in a circle. I have made these star tote bags before. I really love them. They are very fun to make. So I have no problem making another one today. Let's go pick out 3 colors from the yarn shelf. Okay, we're gonna go for like this subtle nightscape, like starry night theme. So we have the royal blue, then we have, I think this is eggplant, I'm not sure, it doesn't have the wrapper on it, and then this is lavender. And I think these 3 look pretty cute together. The last star tote bag I made, I think I've made a custom one, like a custom order for a pink and purple one, and then I made another one that was more of a cotton candy, like pink and blue themed one. I think that one's still in my shop actually. I'm not sure if it's sold yet, but this one is gonna be more of like a dark night themed little purples and blues. I do need to go back and look up the YouTube tutorial tutorial for that star tote bag pattern so I can follow the same one that I used when I first made one last year. Just because I don't know the pattern muscle memory off the top of my head, I know it's pretty simple. I know it's pretty simple and pretty similar to the coasters we just made, but I know something about it is a little different and I can't remember like all the exact steps. So I'm gonna go on YouTube just to get a quick refresher. All right, here is what our star is looking like. This is our first 3 rows, 1 row of each color. Here's kind of like the difference between patterns. I hope you guys can tell. So even just in the center, this one is working more like the granny stitch. So 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, whereas this one is not really working in chains. You are actually going into every single stitch other than this little parts here where you skip 2 stitches. So our center is just 20 straight double crochets, whereas on this one it's 15, and then we're doing granny square bunches in between each cluster of double crochet, whereas this one we are pretty much hitting every single double crochet stitch in that 20 double crochets. Even down the sides here, we still are double crocheting down to make the full triangle, whereas this one we are just skipping over into every next stitch. I hope that makes sense. I feel like you can pretty easily see the difference. They do look similar, but this one is giving more granny stitch vibe. This one is just straight double crochets in every single stitch, just with a few increases to make it obviously grow into a bigger triangle. But this pattern is definitely working out faster than the coaster pattern because these 3 rows I literally did in like one song. So this bag should build up pretty fast. Obviously each row is going to slowly take longer and longer as we do more increases, but the pattern itself is pretty quick, pretty easy. I think we should be able to work up this bag pretty fast. And I'm going to try to go up to 8 rows just like the picture that we saw on Pinterest did. Alright, I finished my first side slash panel of the tote bag. This is about 8 rows of our double crochets. It did start to take a little bit longer as we increased, like the last 7th and 8th row. Took a little bit long. It was definitely felt like it was a 10 size, never ending star. But moving on, we have already started our next star. We have the base first 3 rows, and now we can just repeat and build all the increases for 5 more rows. This first panel turned out pretty big, so it's gonna be a pretty big tote bag. I think this is bigger than the previous 2 star tote bags that I've made in the past, but I'm still loving it. I'm loving how the colors turned out in the order I picked from like light to dark. I've gotten our 2 panels completely finished. Now we can sew them together and make our little bag. We'll just sew 4 of the 5 sides together and leave this one kind of 5th side open to be the actual entrance for the bag. The sizing is actually like a pretty big tote bag, honestly. Like that takes up my whole side of my side basically. It'll definitely be able to hold a lot of stuff. Whatever you want to put in your little tote bag, it can hold it for sure. Let's see, could it hold my computer? Maybe, perhaps. It would stick out a little bit, but for size reference, it's pretty big. So we're gonna slip stitch it all together. For my bags, I do a slip stitch instead of a mattress stitch. I'll do an inside out slip stitch. So I'll do it like with these strings and I'll slip stitch like that and then flip it right side out. So you can't see my slip stitch, you can't see the strings hanging out, rather than I do the mattress stitch for projects where you can see the stitch on both sides, if you guys were wondering. And I'm just gonna do that with the last color we were using, which was eggplant. I'm not sure what color I'm going to do for the arm strap. I don't know if I'm gonna do a solid arm strap or a striped arm strap. I think I'll have to go back and look at the reference picture and kind of use that as inspiration for the arm strap. Alright, our bag is all slip stitched together and actually it looks so good. Like I am loving it. I'm loving it so much. Now for the arm strap, I did take a quick look at our Pinterest inspo photo and it looks like they did a solid arm strap using the last like outline color. So I'm gonna hop back on with the same eggplant and just make a solid arm strap all the way up like that. All in single crochets. Should be pretty quick, pretty simple, pretty easy. I'm really loving how this bag turned out so far. Like, it's beautiful. You guys, the final bag reveal. We have finished it and it looks so good. Oh my gosh, I literally love it. Obviously it is not blocked and it's not lined with fabric. That is a problem for future me. Okay, not today me, not current me. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month, but not today, not right now. For now, we crocheted it and that's all that matters. That's all that matters right now. She's so cute. Like, this purple color is killing it. I wish I still had blue hair to match, but I also had purple hair, so that would have also matched. But either way, we don't have the matching hair anymore, but that's okay. She's still cute. It's kind of giving Coraline vibes. I know I always say that whenever I make anything like royal blue or navy blue, I say it looks like Coraline, but wouldn't Coraline, you know, wear this bag? I don't know. It feels like Coraline vibes. It feels like Coraline vibes to me, like the tunnel. The Coraline tunnel? Come on, it's so cute. But yeah, we made that bag and we also made these stars. I love that they're completely different like aesthetics. This one's more dark, this one's more cutie cottagecore. So this video ended up being very star themed. It is Pinterest. I did let Pinterest decide and my Pinterest just loves the stars, I guess. I am a star lover. You guys do see I am a star lover. So my Pinterest, you know, it knows that. It knows that I love the stars and my crochet and my outfits and my fashion and my jewelry. Pinterest just knows I love the stars. So this was a little star themed crochet video basically. But that is gonna be it for letting Pinterest decide my crochet projects because I gave Pinterest 2 days of decide my crochet projects. It's usually only 1 day. Pinterest got 2. They decided yesterday and it decided today. So tomorrow I'll get back to my regular crochet orders. Okay, we had some fun. Now it's back to business. So I will see you guys in my next video and that's gonna be it for this one. Bye. Love ya. Toodles.